Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here, live from the Raptors Den. So one thing I kind of really wanted to talk about was, well, I think I made a mistake. And it wasn't really a bad mistake. It was more so a mistake that the result of the mistake and the solution, x times pi, carry it to the third power of 7. That my opinion was still correct in a sense, but I was also wrong. I want to talk about the Raptors-Knicks trade. So when it initially went down, I said that the Raptors robbed the Knicks. I said that, and that's not to disrespect OG. OG was a good player on the Raptors. It was more so what they were giving up in Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett. And I think some picks too or something like that, right, man? I think it's the Pistons pick. That's going to be damn 31st. Number 31, that number's been haunting my life, man, since Darko, essentially. It's actually my favorite basketball number. But yes, so I don't know, man. Like, because I look at it and RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. Did I say Tyrese Maxey earlier? I might have said Tyrese Maxey at some point. They're playing really good. They're playing really good. Oh, the Raptors aren't exactly winning games, but they're playing really good, man. And I like both those players on Toronto. But then OG, it's like he's been the missing piece. Like the role that he plays and what that team needed, the trade just made sense. And I think a lot of you Knicks fans were kind of, pleading about that. You guys were saying, RJ or Emmanuel, like, they've been being talked about for a bit, right? Like, they have been, like they are not consistent players. At least not for New York. For the Raptors, change the scenario that can really... I mean, come on, I'm a Chauncey Billups fan. Like, Chauncey Billups took him a while before he found the Detroit Pistons, and, the rest was history, right? I think it was a good trade for both sides. I really it was a win-win scenario, and that's pretty cool, man. You don't really get those all the time. Like, there's usually a big-time loser, or it usually takes a while before you truly see if it's a win-win situation. Because a lot of times there's other draft picks and everything involved too. But maybe maybe the draft pick they traded ends up becoming the next LeBron. I don't know, man. If it was originally the Pistons pick and we no longer have it, that will probably be the case. Okay, so the Toronto Raptors, RJ Barrett on the team, he's averaging 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. His estimated field goal percentage, 68%. Shooting 54% from 3. Now, if you're a New York fan, when I say that, how does that make you feel? Dr. Flakes, how does that make you feel? Are you thinking, identity crisis? Who is this man? Or are you genuinely oh yeah, we knew he was capable of that. It just wasn't the way that it could be operated for the Knicks to have success. Which one is it? Somewhere in between? Let me know, man. Emmanuel Quickly, in the 6 games he's played, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Shooting also 46% from 3. Damn, y'all got the Splash Brothers. Damn, bro. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm going to say something about Emmanuel Quickly. I might have already said this because I forget things very quickly. When he was traded, I did say he was going to be the next Tyrese Maxey. And there's been a lot of things he's done in these 6 games for the Raptors that still make me believe that. So, I'm just going to pat on my own back right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we also got New York. Because I did want to see how OG's doing over there. And that's the thing. It's like I'm looking at his stats. And I think OG is one of those, definition one of those players where you can't just look at the stats. You have to look at the court and see how he changes the game, in ways that don't go on the stat sheet. I mean, come on, man. Growing up watching Big Ben Wallace, he was the king of that. He would be the all-time leader in rebounds if you counted tapbacks. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, like OG, we all know he's a great defensive player. We know that he's a respected player, shooting 46% from three, and you just can't just that little bit of respect, that little bit of consistency. It keeps defenses on alert. But then when you got this guy OG that's a bit more consistent than RJ, or playing a bit more than Emmanuel, you got to put that into the game plan. And while you're focusing on him, guess what's happening? Jalen Brunson, who is used to being double teamed because he was dealing with inconsistent players, starts going off. Julius Randle, same song and dance, man. It's just really working out, and that's cool. So happy for both your guys' teams. You guys both won. You got your respected players. So I think maybe we can have a nice moment in the comment section. You can say congratulations to the opposing team. And just be like, hey, man, that was a good trade that we had. Or you can talk trash, too. I don't care. Do what you want, man. Do what you want. But, alrighty. Good business, I guess. Oh, that looks like a magic trick. Hello to my Canadian friends. I just have to say real quickly here that those loonies and toonies are not going to make themselves. Man, I have to get this video to 8 minutes. Got bills to pay, bro, okay? So, alrighty. Favorite Canadians. Steve Nash. When I used to go to the gym, if I was shooting like 7% from three, I would watch a YouTube video of him practicing. And he did like this thing where he's like, the ball should be able to go right there. So I would practicing, shooting like that, and then I would shoot 5%. So it never really worked. I also like, Red Wings. A lot of players came from Canada, bro. A lot of players, man. Yeah. So there we go. And Troy Dan. I do remember I met him in Detroit, and he did not put me in the vlog, except the parts where I knew for a fact there was a frame where he farted in the elevator. RJ Barrett, he's all right. Shoot, there was one. Oh, another big one, man. Greg Ovens. If you don't know who Greg Ovens is, he's a great YouTuber. I watch his survival channel all the time, man. Yeah, definitely Greg Ovens. Check him out, man. If you like survival stuff, I made this. I call it a rhino ring, where the tip is like a rhino horn, but you throw it like a boomerang. It's indestructible.